Okay, so we have to start by calculating the exact distance from the origin to this point, 8 and negative 6. So first of all, plot that point on your graph. So positive 8 and negative 6 would be in this quadrant down here. And we're looking for the distance from this point to the origin, which is 0, 0 right here. So we're looking for this distance here. When you're calculating a distance like this, you need to form a right angled triangle. Okay, so when you're forming a triangle, remember that your reference angle has to touch the x-axis. So to make this a complete right angled triangle, we're going to join this point to here, and now our reference angle is going to be touching with the x-axis. So this is our angle A. Okay, so we need to calculate this distance, which we call r. That's the hypotenuse of our triangle. This distance is x, this is y. So x is always your adjacent side, it's always touching the angle. Y is always the opposite side. So we find this using Pythagorean Theorem. So r equals the square root of x squared plus y squared. Okay, so this is 6 squared plus 8 squared. And we end up with a value of 10. So this distance here equals positive 10. Okay, the second part of the question is determine the primary trig ratios. So that's sine, cosine, and tan. So remember sine, SOHCAHTOA, is opposite over hypotenuse. So sine of our angle A, in this case, is our opposite side, negative 6, over the hypotenuse, 10. If you can reduce the ratio, then you should. So negative 6 over 10, we can reduce that to negative 3 over 5. Okay, for cos, we have adjacent over hypotenuse. So our adjacent side is 8, so cos of A is 8 over 10, which again we can reduce to 4 over 5. And then our last one, tan, is opposite over adjacent. So tan of angle A is negative 6 over 8, and we can reduce that to negative 3 over 4.